Good morning, everybody. We're going to start our Edge Weekly recap. And to start with the markets for the week, December 21 corn was down 6 cents. And November 22 soybeans were up 10 cents on the week. To go over soybeans first, we closed the week back at about 12.50. More neutral on this market, even though we broke out on Wednesday above the 12.49 level. We tested the 1270 resistance, but we failed to end the week falling back to this support level. Soybean meal has supported this market, but we will see if we continue to be range bound and go from there. We are trading above the 50 and 20-day moving averages, and the relative strength of the market is gaining some traction, becoming stronger as, again, soybean meal has really propped up this market. Managed money, the spec funds are net long at 30,000 contracts. They gained interest in these contracts and bought more this past week. So that is good for the soybean market. We will just have to see what price does next week. Corn, we closed the week at 571. We're looking more neutral and range bound on this market for now. We are still trading above all major moving averages, but the momentum and strength indicators are starting to weaken and they are creating some small negative trends. Really next week, I'd like to see some higher price action if we could get it to turn those indicators back up. If they do not, we may test the 553 support area once more. And it also didn't help that oil has sold off. Corn and oil do have a correlation, and oil sold off pretty well this year. Or this past week, it was down 3 to 4%. Spec funds, though, are still net long 335,000 contracts, and they are still adding interest. And so they are the backstop to the market. You know, they have all the dollars that control what this market does. And so they are still bullish. That makes me more comfortable moving forward. In regards to price, the near-term resistance is still that 579 area. We did trade above it intraday throughout the week, but we ended up closing each day that we were trading below that level. And so really we need to see a daily and weekly close above 579 to get more bullish to test that 594 level. In regards to general updates, Brazil weather is looking great. Their cash grain markets have actually gone quite a bit lower because the yield estimates are so high this year. There looks to be no weather issues so far. So that is more bearish for our markets here in the US, but there is still a lot of time yet, and we'll just have to pay attention to how their weather looks moving forward. I did mention oil has struggled the past week. There's been a lot of profit taking in regards to managed money. That does have a correlation with corn, and also the US dollar has rallied quite a bit the past couple weeks, and that does weigh on commodity prices as well. Harvest progress, corn nationwide was at 91% on Monday, and soybeans are at 92%. This week, I saw a lot of tillage work being done. It seems like guys are finishing up, but there are still quite a bit of beans and corn out there. Hopefully, the corn is staying up well enough for guys to take it out without any significant yield loss. In regards to crop insurance, the bills are due on November 30th, and if they're postmarked after that date, the interest will start accruing on December 1st. So make sure you have your premiums paid for crop insurance by November 30th. At least put it in the mail by November 30th. Wheat acreage reports are due on December 15th. So if you haven't yet, go to the FSA and report your acres on your 578. And if you did do cover crops, make sure those are on there as well, as there may be some incentive again for crop insurance premiums to get a discount if you did have cover crops this fall. Lastly, if you think you have a production loss, please let us know ASAP. You can always withdraw a claim if you think you're close. So, if you are close, just let us know. We'll submit a claim. And if it ends up not being a production loss, we can always take that out for you. Other than that, that's all our updates for the week. We want to thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments or anything you want us to cover in these weekly updates, please call Larry, Susan, or I. Have a great weekend.